And look who came home. So happy to have you back. How are you?
I'm so happy to be back. And I'm not kidding.
Yeah, Tim went on a little tropical vacation and didn't really have so much fun.
Awful. Let's start at the very beginning.
Okay.
Arrived at the airport for 6:30 because our flight was at 8:15.
In the morning.
Flight didn't come in. And then they said, there's ice on the runway, because it was, I believe that.
Right.
Because it was really icy that morning.
Okay.
I mean, Keith slid down the stairs on the way out the door.
Eee.
I thought he was going to break his neck before he even left. So anyway, then they said, okay, we're going to send a new plane. No, we're going to send because the plane didn't come in, so the plane's coming from Toronto. Okay, so the plane came from Toronto. And it sat there, and it sat there, and it sat there, and we all looked at it, and then they said, there's a delay. And we didn't know what was going on. Now, see, with Sunwing, they start here, and then you stop in London, and then you go on to Cuba.
Okay.
So it just so happened that somebody here in the Sault had friends in London who were waiting for them. They were going to join them in London.
Oh, okay.
So this person gets a message from the person in London saying, so your plane's broken, huh? The people in the Sault didn't tell us that. They didn't know that because Sunwing didn't tell them that. The deal was, I guess, as it turns out, they couldn't get the automatic pilot to shut off. So they had to send a new plane from Toronto.
So, yeah.
So then you got to find a pilot and do all that stuff.
Right. So now this is ours.
We left at after 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
You sat in the airport all day.
We went into security 3 times because we went in and then they'd say, no, not yet, go back out and relax. So now when you're there for that long, they have to provide food vouchers. Okay, well, that's all well and good, but you have to understand that Shabby Motley, who operates the restaurant at the airport, they didn't anticipate any of us eating there.
Well, no, not that large number, right?
Well, no, we were supposed to be gone before they opened, Lou. We were supposed to fly out at 8:15.
Right,
They would not have to have served any of us. Sunwing gives us each $15 vouchers twice. They had to feed 160 people that day. In addition to, the normal flights they would have from whatever. I think it was probably 2 Air Canada, maybe 1 Porter, I don't know.
Right.
It was going to be a pretty quiet day there for them at the airport on December 26th.
Right.
So they were swamped.
Oh, gosh.
Keith was so desperate by the afternoon for a beer, but the only person who was licensed to serve, like with Smart Serve, was the cook, and she was so busy she couldn't get out. The girl behind the counter wasn't old enough to serve. They couldn't even serve liquor. So then we got in the plane. We didn't arrive to our hotel.
Before you left.
We didn't arrive at our hotel till midnight. It was almost midnight, 11:30 midnight. We lost an entire day. We were supposed to be there at 1:15 in the afternoon. And then we walk into our hotel room. 5-star, my sweet patootie. Water on the floor because the fridge leaked.
What?
Oh yeah, we walked in and there was water on the floor because the fridge leaked. The furniture was probably from 19, I don't know. The hotel was only built 11 years ago or 7 years ago, but they haven't touched anything. We sat down on our mattresses and broke our tailbones. We never had a good night's sleep. Never saw a face cloth the whole time we were there. There was this picture of this hot tub that they showed you in the magazine.
You showed it to me.
Beautiful hot tub. Never saw it. Keith went exploring one night, as Keith is wont to do, including climbing on rooftops. But anyway, he ended up looking into the spa area on the 3rd floor, and that's where this thing was located. Yeah, for $80, you could use that hot tub. The other jacuzzis around the property were either broken or they were not warm water. They were just cold water bubbling. So he's like, $80. I'm like, we're not spending $80 to get in that hot tub. We can just fill the bathtub and I'll give you a couple of straws. So then guess how long, now I asked you, I told you to think about this before we went to, she has no idea what the answer is going to be. How long do you think it took us to fill the bathtub in our hotel room?
20 minutes.
2 hours.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding you. 2 hours, and you couldn't be guaranteed it was hot water coming out because it just changed back and forth. You could on the very hottest setting, and it would change once in a while and just decide it was going to go cold on you.
Oh my word!
2 hours to fill the bath. 5-star in Cuba is like, but normally a 5-star in Cuba is like a 3-star here. This was like Iberostar Laguna Azul from Sunwing. You're in trouble from me.
Oh boy.
Oh, there's more, Luann. I mean, I could go on. And the food. It would be nice to just go to a buffet and not look at a thing full of bones, fat, and ventricles. I don't want to see the veins of the animal that I'm eating still attached.
Ew.
Does the word butcher not exist in that country?
I guess not. I've heard the food was bad.
No, food is always bad in Cuba, but I heard Iberostar was a good, you could count on them. They let me down. New Year's Eve, though, freaking beef Wellington and lobster, and it was fantastic.
Oh, good.
But I was like, well, where was this the rest of the time?
Right.
Sick? I don't know. We took the Ducalor, whatever. We took that stuff, that you take for 2 weeks, the vaccine, so you don't get cholera or what. I can't imagine what Keith would have gone through if he hadn't taken it, because he's there for another week.
Yee, hi.
He's not watching right now, so I can admit that I lost the sunglasses he gave me.
Oh, no.
Before he gets back, I gotta find new sunglasses.
Uh-oh.
No, he spent more time in the room on the toilet than probably outside. He wasn't around for New Year's Eve. He was so sick. I spent New Year's alone. At the room, I went, 3 minutes after 12, I went and knocked on the door and gave him a kiss on the cheek, because who wants to go near that?
Happy holidays.
And the New Year's party, they said, playa, that's beach.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a beach party on New Year's.
Yeah.
This is going to be good. It was between the theater and the disco on the cement patio. They call it a beach party because they put up a stand and stuff. It was not a beach party. No fireworks, no nothing. Just like...
What?
No.
Oh, my. So I'm not going to Cuba.
Well, the beach is gorgeous, the water's beautiful, the weather was perfect, the people are lovely, but just, pack a peanut butter sandwich.
That's horrible.
And
so,
maybe,
like the food, aside from the meat, there was nothing there that was... You said you were looking for French fries even.
Oh, for 3 days they had no French fries at the snack bar. I said, why? They said, it's Cuba. If they can't get it, they can't get it.
Wow. What a shame.
I know. And so thank goodness today is the Festival of Sleep Day, because I'm just going to go home.
And sleep.
I couldn't sleep in the hotel room. The beds were too uncomfortable. The only sleep I got would have been on the beach, but it's so frickin' noisy.
Oh, gosh. You were supposed to come back all rejuvenated and...
That didn't happen.
No.
No.
Oh, I feel so badly for you.
That's okay. You know what? I got to go on a plane. And I got to and that's the other thing, the Sunwing guy. So they send the new plane, and we get in the plane, we go to London, and then we leave, and then we're in London now. Okay, now it's like getting late, right? And this flight attendant says, we have a problem. They didn't bring the warming ovens. This plane didn't come with warming ovens. They sent a plane with no warming ovens. So that we couldn't have hot food. And he said, so you have an option. We sit here and wait 45 minutes while they bring hot food, but then our time, by the time we get to Cuba as a flight crew, would be over our 16-hour day. So we couldn't go. They said, if we bring hot food, you're going to go to a hotel in London, Ontario for the night.
Oh my goodness, what a mess.
So we all voted no. Well, we didn't really vote. He kind of made the decision and then announced it after, said, I made the decision, you're not getting hot food on this flight. We have sandwiches. We're just going, because otherwise you're not going to see Cuba tonight.
How frustrating is that? So is it Sunwing? Is it the resort? Is it both?
No, so we booked the resort through Sunwing. So Sunwing actually promotes this resort.
So it is Sunwing.
It is. It's Sunwing.
You must not be happy with Sunwing.
With two $15 food vouchers for what I went through? Are you kidding me? No. Apparently there's a new rules out.
Yes, they just popped up first of.
I know. So maybe I could get some cash back. If anybody knows anything about this stuff, and if I can get money back, I heard from the lady who picked me up, my friend who picked me up at the airport, she said maybe $900.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I'd take that.
Absolutely.
If I could get that money back, I would not complain, because I got $1,000. It was a $2,200 trip. So.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
But you said you have bites all over your legs.
Oh my God. Well, one of the guys had bed bugs, and then his flight got canceled. He had to sleep in the lobby.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! It sounds like a
They had no
nightmare.
room. They had no rooms for them. They had to stay in the lobby because you guys had a storm here and he couldn't leave. And so he's like, they told us there's no bus coming for us, and they'll let us know at 9:30 what's happening. And then he slept in the lobby.
Oh my word! Who's on the show? It's so good to have you back.
Well, I don't think my guest showed up. I think they forgot.
Okay.
It was supposed to be Kim Smith-Barry, who's the producer of the Addams Family that I'm directing. And
I'll ask you about it. How's that?
So we'll do an interview, you and me, and I'll tell you all about the auditions for the Addams Family, which are coming up next week. And then Derek Jackson is here from Strive Young Professionals for the AVAs, which are their awards, the Visionary Awards. So, and Luann, what news you have?
Oh.
Hang in there. A lot happened last night in the world. We'll be back with that after this.
Last year we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room. Create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
And welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. Before we start, thank you to Casey Security for sponsoring the show every day for us. Talking to Tim Murphy, who is associated with some kind of a media outlet here in Sault Ste. Marie. Otherwise, though, is very well known for his live performances. Also, very involved in community theater here in Sault Ste. Marie. Tim, how are you this morning?
Well, thanks, Luann. Thanks for having me on your show.
No problem at all. So happy to help you. Who are you representing?
This is deja vu all over again. Remember back when you were at CTV and you would have a program and I used to come on and talk about stuff?
And then radio too?
Yes, I'd come in the morning and talk and we'd laugh.
Oh, we'd laugh.
Today I'm representing the Musical Comedy Guild of Sault Ste. Marie.
And you are working on a production upcoming of the Addams Family. Right?
Yes. So this will be my I did the math. This is my 24th production just for the Musical Comedy Guild.
What?
See, I started off.
How long have you been back in the Sioux?
I came back in '96 originally, and then I left again in 2000. I was gone for 2 more years, and then came back again. But for a while there, I was doing 2 a year.
Holy moly!
So, see, I started off with the Comedy Guild. That's where I got my training. I was 13 years old, and my mother saw that there were auditions for the Musical Comedy Guild production of Oliver. I was 13. So 1976 was when the show went up. I turned 14 that year. So she thought that I might like to audition for the show because she knew that I liked to sing and stuff. Mm-hmm. So she brought me to the auditions, but I had braces. And Linda White, the director, called my mom after the audition and said, "Do his braces come off?" And my mother said, "Well, no, they're on for at least 2 more years." And she said, "Oh, that's unfortunate because we wanted to cast him as Oliver, but we can't really have an Oliver with braces." So then a little while later they called and they said, a couple of days or whatever, they thought about it and they decided they didn't care. They'd find a way maybe put wax on them or something and just get rid of them. So I played Oliver when I was...
Oh, wow.
And I remember just thinking at that time, the first time on stage in front of a live audience, I thought, I gotta do this.
I gotta do this for the rest of my life.
So
is that where you got really
that's where I really got the bug.
Yeah.
So then I had
was this before your ventriloquism?
No, I was doing ventriloquism.
Yeah,
but see, that was just
12.
sort of a fun thing. It was,
Right.
For me, I loved the music and I loved being different people. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and taking people, like, really telling a story. It's different when you're sitting there entertaining people for 15 minutes, but when you're doing a 2-hour musical, it's like,
You're telling us.
And you get to do it over and over and over again.
And you like the production part of it.
Yeah, so that's the thing I learned. I learned a lot because I got to work backstage. I did props on some shows, and then I got involved on the board of the Comedy Guild. So I learned about advertising and promotion and all that. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity in community theater to learn a lot about a lot of stuff. Makeup too. Anyway, so I had the chance when I came back to the Sioux in '96. I had the chance. I got offered the opportunity to direct Once Upon a Mattress, which I co-directed with my friend Diane Wazinski, and then I learned a lot from that, from actually directing a show. And then I just continued.
Was that your first director? Wow.
So I was just going by what I'd learned from other people. I mean, but I performed professionally in Toronto and across Canada at that point, so I kind of knew a little more. Anyway, but I didn't know things about lighting. I mean, how to light a show, that was never, as an actor, I just thought, make me look pretty.
Yeah,
I didn't care about that, but as a director, I learned more about the lighting and about
that's so
bringing it all together. So anyway, here we are, 24 shows later, and I'm not the only one who's had this opportunity. Lucas Beaver just directed Cats. I mean, Lucas left Sault Ste. Marie, went to study at George Randolph, was an administrator, taught down there. He's come home, and now he has the chance. And it's a wonderful thing about this city is that it's giving people a chance to, I mean, who knows? I don't know if Lucas is going to stay here forever. He's the kind of guy, he's so talented that maybe he'll choose to leave the Sioux again after he's had this chance to direct some shows. But although he's done a lot of stuff too.
So how unusual is it for a city in Northern Ontario to be so actively involved in community theatre?
Pretty unusual. I think Sudbury is almost going to lose their community theatre group.
Oh no!
And we've got so many.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got the Musical Comedy Guild. We've got Sioux Theatre Workshop, which is the oldest running company in the city. We've got Joe Lozon and Loretta Durant have In Your Eyes. There's Sioux Youth Theatre. There's the new one, Algoma Repertory Theatre, that's come up, and I'm sure I'm probably missing a couple.
Is Shot in the Dark still?
Yes, Anthony has revived Shot. Anthony Achetti's revived Shot in the Dark again. Good. Yeah, they just did a co-production of Matilda the musical at Sioux Theatre Workshop.
I hear it's awesome.
So I mean, to be able to see as many as probably 10 shows in a year in Sault Ste. Marie, I think more actually. If you think about it. That's pretty remarkable, and to have the talent to pull it off.
I was just going to say, and then there's such a pool of actors, and they just keep coming up. It's awesome.
The young people are coming up. They're coming up to the schools because people like Deneen Williams at Cora are offering the opportunities. White Pines, Superior Heights, Anthony Acchetti is there. St. Mary's College now has theater, which they didn't when I went to school.
Right.
So that's great that they have that.
So this is all about dedication, essentially, because nobody's getting paid extra for this. It's all volunteer.
Well, some people are. Some people get a salary, but it all because I'm a member of Canadian Actors Equity Association, so I'm a professional. So I work.
Okay.
It's a job for me.
Right.
But everybody, for the most part, all the performers are volunteering their time.
And people who do the sets and the costumes and the makeup and all of that. It's all people who just really like it.
It is. So for this production of the Addams Family, what's cool about this too is that I had the chance at one time in Toronto. I did a show called Outrageous, and our choreographer's name was Sergio Trujillo. Sergio Trujillo is now a Tony Award winner for his choreography. I think it was for Jersey Boys, I'm not certain. And Sergio choreographed the Addams Family the musical on Broadway. You can there's a way now through the licensing company that you can pay for instructional videos of Sergio's original choreography.
Isn't that phenomenal?
So here I am living in Sault Ste. Marie, watching my friend Sergio teaching the choreography for this musical that we're going to be doing here. So that's
a small world.
This is the first time that I've ever used that resource.
Right.
A video that actually has the original Broadway choreography. If we can pull it off, it'll be amazing. I mean, we pulled off a lot of the Broadway stuff from Mary Poppins.
Yes.
So we'll see. But anyway, it's a really cool resource. The cast in this show is we're looking at about 21 people. It's not a huge cast. 11 real lead roles, lead and featured roles. Of course, the Addams Family.
Right.
You've got Gomez. You've got Morticia. You've got Uncle Fester. You've got Granny. You've got Lurch. You've got Pugsley and you've got Wednesday. And then you have Thing.
Right.
And you have Cousin It. But those aren't played by actors. That's a lot of stage crew magic happening there. Then you also have, the storyline is this. Wednesday Addams has turned 18 years old.
Oh, okay.
She's not that little girl you saw on the TV
all
show. Wednesday is now 18. And she's fallen in love. And she's very confused because Wednesday was all about doom and gloom, and now she's thinking about butterflies, and it's making her crazy. Her boyfriend is from Iowa, and his family is now coming all the way to New York to visit the Addams family to have dinner and meet the family.
Oh no.
I know. So can you imagine this normal family coming into this household for one night? And it's all the mayhem that happens. That's what the storyline is about. It's all, and Gomez gets caught in the middle because his daughter confesses to him that she is in love, but she doesn't tell her mother. And he's never kept a secret from Morticia in their entire lives. And now his daughter is asking him to keep a secret.
Not to say anything.
He's torn between mother and daughter.
So that happens too, doesn't it? Right?
So it's hysterically funny. Keith saw it when it was done in Sudbury, and immediately after he called me and said, "You have to do the Addams Family. It's hysterical."
Awesome.
It truly is.
How can we get involved if we want to act
So the auditions are next week, Luann, and they're at a former St. Ignatius Church across from the Hard Walk Cafe, right by the bridge.
Oh yes.
Right there. Is that Huron and
Huron
Cathcart?
and yes.
Yeah. So 7 o'clock on Wednesday and Thursday. That's for the leads. If you're interested in auditioning for a lead, you have to go to our Facebook page, Musical Comedy Guild of Sault Ste. Marie, or the website. Google it. There's music there for you to learn.
Okay.
There's sheet music there for you to read, so you can prepare for the audition. You will be having to sing something for me by yourself on the Wednesday and Thursday if you're coming up for a lead. Who cares? It's you know what? It's so much fun, you guys. Then if you're looking for an ensemble role, then you're going to audition on Friday night at 7 o'clock or Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And for that, you don't have to learn anything in advance. You can give a listen to the song, which is When You're on Addams. And then you'll be taught some choreography.
Oh my goodness.
And then callbacks are the Saturday night. So that is, what did I say? Wednesday. The 8th, 9th for leads, 8th and 9th, 10th and 11th for ensemble, and then callbacks on the night of the 11th. All the information is on the website and on our Facebook page.
Terrific.
Hope
Break a leg, my friend.
Thank you.
This sounds like it's going to be
I'll tell you when we get the casting done, I'll let you know.
Yes.
There's something
we'll have
for
some
everyone. The whole chorus is made up of all the Addams Family dead relatives.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? If you can play a dead person, you can be in the show.
I could.
Yeah. So now we're going to go to a break, and then you have the news.
Yes, that's right.
I get confused when there's no guest here.
I know, it's crazy. But we'll be back right after the break to do a little banter.
Oh yes, we've got things to talk about. Okay.
Right? So we'll be back right after this.
I'll just stay here.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room, create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
you and Jim do New Year's resolutions?
I don't, no.
No.
And actually, I asked Jim yesterday, did you do a New Year's? And he said, no, I haven't really thought of it.
I saw a clip of Melania Trump with her husband, and a reporter asked the Trumps if they had New Year's resolutions, and Melania looked at the camera and said, "Peace on the world."
Okay.
So with her accent, I wasn't sure if she was saying peace, like peace on the world, or like on the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, so her wish was for peace on the world. And the next day her husband bombed Iran.
Like, really?
What's going on?
You know what?
Are we in trouble?
Oh, I
they in trouble?
I think this is big. Yeah.
That's what CNN's saying. CNN's saying this is like...
You know what? This is World War III-ish. Yeah. He just... Well, he's already killed one of the senior military
That
directors.
guy apparently is responsible for the death of 600 to 700 American troops.
Imagine that.
He's been what I forget his name is.
Yeah,
the general. He was a general in the Iranian army. He is revered by all of his soldiers. It was believed that he could be the next leader of Iran.
Yeah.
He is a military genius. Apparently, a very quiet person. But his entire life has been military, and they said he's just, when it comes to plotting and strategizing. Now, the reason I guess they bombed him, murdered him, was because they'd heard that they got intelligence that he had plans to kill other American dignitaries.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, he was plotting.
So now the problem here is that may have come from Iraq. See, Iraq is friends with both Iran and the U.S. They're stuck in the middle in this. And so now if it turns out that they assisted the American government in a strike on Iran that killed their military leader, then Iraq is going to be in trouble for Iran. And then we're in...
we're in big.
And everybody's scratching their head saying he wanted to get out. He said, we have to get out of the Middle East. We have to get out of the Middle East. We've got to get our troops out of there. It costs too much money. It's not our business. It's your business now.
Well, apparently he made it his business.
So happy New Year, eh?
Yes, absolutely.
Boy.
Very, very scary situation.
Bigger
Definitely.
news, Justin Bieber put out a new song.
Justin Bieber put out a new tune, and it's called Yummy. And boy, is it complex and deep and soulful.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
Girl, I'm a stallion.
You're yummy. Wow. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't care for the song.
No.
It's very...
It sounded very electronic to me,
very
too.
electronic.
Yeah.
His voice sounds very modified. And the lyrics are indiscernible. And then when you do hear them, it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah. It's a weird thing.
How old is he now? Like, I don't know.
I don't know how old he is.
And they're yummy. And then the music video starts off in a very, very strange way.
Yes.
Two young girls speaking in, I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese, I'm sorry, I don't know the difference.
Right.
I'm not educated that way. But they're in a nightclub, obviously, and one girl says, do you think Justin Bieber's really going to be here? And the other one says...
With subtitles.
Yes, this is all in subtitles, because they're speaking their language, and the other girl says, I hope so. Why? Because I look so good. And then her friend says, oh, no, I look better. And then her friend says, girl, bye. I'm thinking...
That's the way to start the video.
You're sending a message out about... I thought the whole thing was about women supporting women. Isn't that supposed to be the new thing?
Well...
Teaching young women to support each other and not...
Maybe...
girl, bye, I look better than you?
Right?
What's that?
Maybe 2020 is going to be different.
Well, anyway, they looked yummy.
They did. They were very cute. Just ask them. They'll tell you. First ones to tell you that. Yeah, so I don't know about... We haven't heard the whole song, to be fair.
We got halfway through and gave up.
And then we were just like, yeah, no, that's not so... Yeah.
I'm sure his fans will love it. But here's what it says. This is him with his new...
Yes.
The new era of Justin Bieber music.
Because it's been a minute since he's released any new music, right? Because, it's been a couple of years.
He's been going on a journey.
Yes, he's been on a journey. Well, apparently he got ripped off too. Shouldn't have gone with Sun Wing.
Now you have the news.
Now I have the news coming up right after this. So please stay with us, and thanks as always for watching Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim.
Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Police say 3 siblings ranging in age from 6 to 11 have died in a car crash near Sudbury. Provincial police say the accident happened shortly before 9 a.m. on Wednesday while 2 families were driving back to Chelmsford. Constable Michelle Coulombe says a 2007 Honda Accord driven by the children's mother left the highway and hit a rock cut. Brothers Destiny and Floris Osagi, aged 11 and 10 respectively, were pronounced dead at the scene, while their 6-year-old sister Brittany was pronounced dead in hospital later on that day. A 10-year-old boy not related to the Osagi family remains in hospital with life-threatening injuries, while the 2 mothers traveling in the car with the children were either unhurt or slightly injured. Police in Thunder Bay say the city's first homicide victim has been identified as an 11-year-old boy believed to have been killed by his mother. They say they were called to a home early Wednesday morning and found the boy and a 59-year-old man injured inside. The boy was later pronounced dead in hospital while the man was released later in the day. Police are not releasing the name of the boy but say the injured man was one of his relatives and his mother has been charged in his death. 34-year-old Courtney Marie LaBelle faces 1 count each of second-degree murder and aggravated assault. Police say their investigation into the boy's death, of course, remains active. A 14-year-old boy charged with murder in the fatal stabbing of a teen in Hamilton now faces new charges in connection with an unrelated incident. Hamilton police said the teen, who cannot be named due to provisions of the Youth Criminal Justice Act, has been charged with assault causing bodily harm, forcible confinement, and 2 counts of uttering threats. The teen appeared in court yesterday to face the new charges while also appearing for the first-degree murder charge in the stabbing death of 14-year-old Devin Bracci-Selvi in early October. The slain teen's mother witnessed the attack on her son on October 7th. She said her son was bullied relentlessly by fellow students at Sir Winston Churchill Secondary School in the weeks leading up to his death. Police initially charged the 14-year-old boy and an 18-year-old man with first-degree murder, but the charges against the older accused were later downgraded. Police have said the 14-year-old boy was the one holding the knife. Bracci-Selvi's death helped spur the provincial government last month to introduce new anti-bullying measures in schools. Police said yesterday it also prompted another youth to come forward with allegations of a serious assault by the same boy who's charged in Bracci-Selvi's death. The RCMP is defending its practice of profiling people by scouring their social media postings, saying that the police force lawfully obtains information with the aim of protecting Canadians. A Toronto activist concerned about mining industry abuses recently learned the Mounties compiled a 6-page profile of her shortly after she showed up at a federal leaders debate during the 2015 election campaign. An analyst with the RCMP's Tactical Internet Intelligence Unit ultimately found no indication that Rachel Small, an organizer with the Mining Injustice Solidarity Network, was involved in criminal acts. Small said it was kind of creepy and unsettling to see the RCMP profile, which came to light years later through an access to information request. Sergeant Penny Herman, an RCMP spokesperson, said the force acknowledges the constitutional constitutional right to protest peacefully, but adds that the police must do due diligence to ensure there are no threats or concerns for public safety. The federal government is looking for advice from the public on what a monument to Canada's 13-year mission in Afghanistan should look like. An online consultation runs until January 20th, seeking direction on whether the monument should be small and intimate or a place for larger public ceremonies commemorating the effort that officially ran from 2001 to 2014. Another question is whether it should focus on members of the Canadian Armed Forces and others who fought Al-Qaeda and the Taliban and then tried to rebuild the Central Asian country, or families and loved ones who supported them at home, or on the relationship between Canadians and Afghans. The monument already has a site near the Canadian War Museum just west of downtown Ottawa. The area has been the subject of redevelopment efforts for decades and also holds monuments to Canadian firefighters and victims of the Holocaust. The monument to the Afghanistan mission is scheduled to be inaugurated in 2023. Contributions to the consultation can be made at CanadaRemembersAfghanistan.ca.
Last year we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
So there's this thing called the 2020 Tip Challenge.
2020
Somebody started it, yeah, like tipping your server.
Oh,
like
okay.
Be good to your server in 2020. 2020 Tip Challenge. Tip Challenge. Well, Donnie Wahlberg, you love him?
So love him. Oh my goodness.
Really?
I really do.
Like since when he was a Backstreet Boy and everything?
Not so much then.
But now.
But now, yeah, he's acting.
I didn't know he was married to Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah.
He's a fine actor.
He's a very good actor.
Fine actor. Anyway,
That's where I
he's
kind of got
also
to know him.
extremely generous. On New Year's Day, he went to an IHOP in their home. Now imagine this, that he and Jenny McCarthy live in St. Charles, Illinois.
Really?
There's the picture. Can you see the gratuity? $2,020 on a $78
nice.
bill. $2,020 $2,020. So he said that his mom was a waitress. She waited, and his dad was a bartender for many years, and he's always had a real appreciation for people who serve, especially on holidays. This is not the first time that Donnie Wahlberg has been this generous. You'd think maybe, but no. Turns out in 2017, he tipped a Waffle House Maryland employee $500.
Nice.
What's with him in the Waffle Houses and the IHOPs?
Right?
He likes
Maybe
pancakes.
that's where his mom worked.
He likes pancakes and waffles. Luann,
And who doesn't?
There's more. He also gave a $2,000 tip, front row concert tickets, and a backstage pass to Waffle House employees in Charlotte, North Carolina.
The whole the whole game.
I don't know. It just said that he gave passes
Holy
to
moly! Now
Donnie
that's
Wahlberg.
a gift. That's a true gift.
Happy New Year, Donnie Wahlberg. I think
for
you're
you.
a very nice man. The lady who got the tip this time, that waitress that they showed, that was a picture of him and Jenny McCarthy, and
Yes.
then the receipt was from that waitress. She's a single mother.
Oh.
Just got a brand new apartment, waitressing to get by. She said, there she is there, Lou. He folded the thing up and gave it to her and said, please don't look at it till after I leave. And she did, and she said she broke down and cried because now she can buy furniture for her apartment.
Oh my word!
And she can put money in the bank for her son to make sure that he has a good life. And then Donnie called her after to make sure that she got the money and realized that this was a real deal and
that is lovely.
nobody questioned her on it.
Let's
Pay it
put forth
Isn't that nice?
the challenge, 2020 challenge.
Yeah, because don't forget, people, that your servers don't make minimum wage. They make there's a lower wage for servers, and also servers tip out, waiters tip out to bartenders, waiters tip out to your hosts and hostesses.
Is that always the case?
Waiters tip out to the kitchen staff.
Really?
I've never agreed with that, and not because I don't think the kitchen staff does an amazing job.
Kitchen
I
staff.
believe that the kitchen staff makes great food, and the servers present the great food to make the whole experience great.
Yeah.
I believe that an owner of a restaurant should pay their kitchen staff accordingly. I don't think it should come from the tips from although people might say, see, I don't think you're tipping on the food. I think you're tipping on the service. What do you think?
I tip on the service.
So
unless the food's horrendous.
But no, like if you go to a place and the food is fantastic, but your server is absolutely crap, are you going to leave a good tip?
No.
Well, no.
Because I think I'm leaving a tip for the server. I didn't realize that it gets...
Oh, they tip out.
Always?
Most restaurants.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
And then sometimes there's also what you call what do we call that? A dine and dash fund, where you got to put a quarter in every shift you work, because then if somebody runs out on their bill, that's actually a nice thing, because then you can get the money and pay nobody gets shorted, really. You can, as a waiter, you're allowed to take from that dine and dash fund and pay that bill.
Oh, I see.
You know?
So everybody's helping out, essentially.
Except that sometimes, you work in a restaurant for 20 years and you never have a dine and dash.
With all your quarters.
But anyway, so just be generous.
Way to go, Mr. Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg, paying it forward.
So awesome.
Katy Perry. She had a lot of real serious mental health issues. Like her depression was really bad.
2017-18.
You knew this. Like bedridden.
Yeah.
Transcendental meditation helped her.
Oh.
But mostly she said it was her husband, Orlando Bloom. She said he pulls the poison out of her.
Oh,
She said they hold each other accountable, which is a good thing because it makes you aware. And you can't get away with stuff, Even
though you're Katy Perry and Orlando.
Makes you face what you don't like about yourself when you do that. And she said it's like a never-ending cleanse.
Wow.
And she said
I don't think they're married yet.
No, you're right. That's her fiance.
Yeah.
She said he's not. I like that she said this. He's not the number one fan of Katy Perry, but he's the number one fan of Katherine Hudson.
Oh, that's lovely.
Which is who she is. And I never realized Katherine Hudson, if she went by Kate Hudson, that's Goldie Hawn's daughter.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's why she chose Katy Perry.
Katherine Hudson.
Yeah.
That's so lovely.
Do you have any
Gene
news for me?
Simmons is a weirdo.
From Kiss?
From Kiss. Unconventional take on eating cereal. He puts ice cubes in his cereal bowl.
With no milk?
With the milk, to keep the milk cold. So now the milk's getting all watery and it's like...
You gotta eat it fast.
Well, and now if things are mushy on the bottom and now you're chewing on ice. Isn't that weird? Why?
Does he eat the ice at the end?
I don't know, but it's got to water down, obviously, the milk. Why would he put... Someone suggested on his Twitter account...
Put your milk in the freezer.
Put milk in ice cube trays. Right?
Well, or just keep your milk like colder.
Right?
Gene, put your milk in a metal container in the fridge.
There you go.
It'll
That'll
be
keep it
very cold.
colder.
Or just before you have your cereal, put the metal container in the freezer.
Or you could eat it out of a dog bowl, because they're metal, some of them. Keep it nice and cold.
Well, you could with that tongue of his.
I'm just saying.
Hey, Derek Jackson's up next.
All
Strive
right.
Young Professionals. The Algoma Visionary Awards are coming up. Tickets are available till Monday. He'll tell us all about that right after this.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Look, Derek Jackson's back. Welcome back on the show, Derek.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Derek, what's your position at Wardlaw?
Heating and cooling.
Heating and cooling.
I am the sales and marketing manager there.
Sales and
at Wardlaw.
marketing manager.
Yes.
I want to thank Wardlaw Heating and Cooling. I had a different company with a hot water heater. I won't say the name of the company.
Right.
And then I wanted to get one of those, what do you call it? Hot water on demand.
Yes.
I wanted to get one of those, right? So I called my company and said, I want to get rid of this hot water heater. It's been here since 1980, gosh knows what. And I guess also the story with hot water heaters is they get a lot of sediment in the bottom over the years and years. So you're having less and less waters in the tank and more sediment. Mm-hmm. And we were having a hard time with actually being able to have a couple of showers and do a dishwasher or something. Right. So we decided hot water on demand. The company came in and they said, no can do. Not the proper venting, you can't do it. And we're like, I don't understand, like everything else is vented out here and it's a distance from the windows that makes sense to us, and we did our research and we thought we were good. So anyway, we kind of shrugged our shoulders and let it go for a while. And then I made a phone call and I called Steve at Wardlaw and he's like, I'll come and take a look. And he come and did the measurements, and later that day we had a price quote and we got a pay over time thing in 7 years, and I'm getting hot water on demand on January the 14th, and I'm so happy. Thank you.
I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad you're getting it, and thank you for calling us.
You're welcome. Now, you're a young professional.
I am. I'm still young and I'm still professional. So.
And you're the chair now. Is this your first year chairing, or?
Yes, this is my first year as chair for the Strive.
Chair of the Strive Young Professionals Association.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. That turned out good, didn't it?
It looks great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us how Strive started, Derek.
So Strive is a division of the local Chamber of Commerce. Mm-hmm. So basically, the Chamber of Commerce noticed a few years back that there's kind of a gap in where we were covering and who all we were representing.
Okay.
And it was the young professionals of the community that were kind of not being overlooked, but necessarily weren't as involved and engaged and being represented appropriately.
Oh, and engagement's a big part of it.
It is a big part of it, and young professionals are really busy. Sometimes it's hard to get engaged or have time to be too engaged. And so they came up with the new Strive, the Young Professionals Group. It was launched through the Chamber, and now they have a dedicated group to specifically concentrate on people under 40. And the nice part about Strive is that you don't have to register as your company. You can register as an individual.
Oh.
So if you're someone who's in town trying to start a business or just trying to find a place of employment, maybe you're in trades and you're not sure where to go, or you're in hospitality management but you're specialized and you're not sure where you want to start, you can come to Strive. We can help you meet. We do different events, so there's lots of opportunity to meet people. We do a lot of recognition, so you can find out who's out there in the community.
Okay, so for instance, I know the Chamber of Commerce does a Take 5.
That's right.
Does Strive have something similar, but it's not called a Take 5?
Very similar. We have our Strive at 5.
Strive at 5?
Yes, so we have a monthly event where it's very casual, it's laid back. You come out, you usually have a drink, have a bite to eat, and
Right.
it's just networking and mingling and getting to know people in the community. And it's very laid back, and it's a lot of fun.
You also, I would imagine that there are, things have changed so much, especially with technology, internet, people working from their homes, working on businesses that not necessarily in an environment that is a store or a business or, you know.
That's right.
And for those people, I can imagine this would be really beneficial.
It's great. And so a lot of people, like you said, don't have the opportunity to meet people in their work setting like they used to.
Right.
We actually have a member who is a local lawyer in town, and she travels to you. That's the way business isn't changing. You don't no longer have to go to her office. She comes to you.
She comes to
so
your
she doesn't have
home,
that.
like?
Yes, she comes to wherever you are, your home, she meets at the coffee shop. So there's no longer that structured setting like there used to always be. That's standard across the board. There's no standards anymore as far as what you have to do.
To be in business.
Yeah, it's very fluid now. And so that's one thing with young professionals. You have to be able to be fluid and adapt.
So what kind of membership do you have?
So we have, our membership is 19 to 40 years old. It represents anyone in the workforce that considers themselves a young professional. And so young professional, basically anybody who's out there working. So we have business people, we have people in healthcare, we have administrative assistants, we have a broad range of people out in our membership.
What kinds of resources do you offer? I mean, apart from networking and connecting and giving people a chance to sort of, you know, become part of the community and become engaged in the community, do you do workshops or any of that kind of stuff?
We do. We do some business development opportunities and events. So it depends on the year and what's important at the time.
Absolutely.
Based on what we do. So our members always we have monthly newsletters and a lot of communications that go out. We are active on social media and our website, so our events are always posted.
Okay.
So we have different business development events that we do, as well as being affiliated with the Chamber. We can promote their events to our members. So if they're doing something, and the nice part is we don't have to necessarily stay straight on any specific lane. So if there's something going on in town where we think, hey, our members can really benefit from this, we can maybe reach out and help promote it to our members and everything to make sure they know all about the different opportunities
so you
available.
can support each other too.
That's right. That's right.
Fantastic. So now, let's get to the awards. Algoma Visionary Awards, they're coming up. When is the date?
Next Friday, a week from today. So we're very excited about it. It's very soon.
So I went to the first one. I was what a nice time. Okay. The other thing I love about this was it gave people a chance to get out. People were dressed up in tuxes and outfits and gowns, and not everybody, but people really took the opportunity to get out there. It reminded me of what my parents used to do in the 1950s when they go to like cocktail parties and dinner dances and stuff.
Yeah.
It was so great. But then you had the awards ceremony.
Yes.
First year you were at the Grand Gardens downtown, but quickly expanded. You had to move.
It very quickly expanded. So we're at Grand Gardens North now.
Right.
And we're very excited. They do a great job. They're so great to work with, Ken and Lee there. And we fill the place, and we have a ton of supporters. It's not just young professionals. It's not just nominees. We have supporters. We have community stakeholders, politicians.
And friends.
And friends. And
like a lot of friends just show up to support and have a good time and enjoy the party, because it's a heck of a party.
It's a good party. We put on a great meal. We have your wine on your table to get you started, and the anti-pasta bar when you come in. And we promote it as a gala, so we want people to dress to impress. We want you to come out and have a great time. And like we said, young professionals are busy. They don't always get an opportunity to go out and treat themselves. Let's do it all at once.
All at once. Okay, so what kind of awards do you give out?
We have different awards. So we have our top 10, which our top 10 consists of different sectors. So we have trades and labor, we have environment and natural resources, we have health sciences, and so we basically celebrate somebody from each of those industries. And then we have our awards of distinction, they're called.
Oh.
And so we have our striving star, we have someone for leadership, our community star, basically, which is someone who's out promoting different charities and benefiting the community in their own way. So we celebrate a wide range of individuals in the community, and it's great because we get to see so many exciting people and so many different adventures.
So I totally recommend this. If you're looking for a good time, if you want a great dinner and dancing.
Yep, we have a great party after. So we have Massey Entertainment, who is a young professional coming in. He's going to be our DJ. He's going to have a great party going all night for us.
And if you're a young professional and want to find out more about Strive, what a great opportunity to go and meet people and socialize. And you can always get more information. I mean, you don't really talk about the association on that night, but you meet people and you could certainly network.
That's right. So it's a great network opportunity because there's so many people there.
Before dinner, there's a lot of networking going on.
There's a lot of networking going on.
Busy room. It's like,
and then you can meet people casually and just have a lot of fun with them.
Absolutely. Tickets are available where, Derek?
You can get tickets online at our website, striveypg.com, and you can just go on there. You can buy a table if you want, if you have a whole group coming, or you can get your tickets individually.
Fantastic. Did you want to mention a couple of sponsors? I know I can see.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a great sponsor network that we have, but we have our diamond sponsors, which are Sovereign Communications,
yes,
Rogers Media,
yes,
and Superior Auto Group.
Fantastic. Okay, have a great party.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it.
Thanks for being here again. Always a pleasure to see you. Come back anytime.
Will do.
Derek Jackson, he's the chair of Strive Young Professionals Association, and it's the Algoma Visionary Awards Gala next Friday. Get your tickets on Monday. That's the closing date. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back with Luann right after this.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm an old kid on the block. I did not know that Donnie Wahlberg was New Kids on the Block and not Backstreet Boys.
Right.
Sorry, Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah,
I just blew my tip.
And you know what? He just called.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you, but he phoned. He said, could you tell Tim?
I'm sorry, Donnie. Okay.
Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome weekend. Thank you to KC Security for sponsoring the show every single morning. We will see you back here live Monday morning.